I've been hearing a lot of drag, homie. When this shit I made 13 hours ago. You know it gets sent to me once my name gets brought up. You know, I've been nothing but cool. And like when I kind of heard a little bit about what was being said, I was like, damn, all I did was just keep it real. Why I gotta get called broke and up and judged by another man calling me ugly? What's wrong with people? What do we really have going on, homie? Is this us really playing the dozens, or is this like some up way to still try to trigger situations? What's really going on? What's your real malfunction with me, dog? I really want to know, because you got a lot of hate for me. And I'm the that you made the most money with. So, like, what's your real problem, homie? Like, what are you really on? We need to go ahead and we need to hear this, homie.
It's been long dormant, ignored, turned my back on it, to be totally honest. But solo content, I'm gonna be real.
Solo content, you never did that. Would you start watching me or something? What is it, gang? Tonight, I'm about to dissect your white ass. You need to really hear about how you was really acting in this video, dog. You seem scared, you seem nervous, and you don't know what direction you want to go in next. All you had to do was just really listen to me about what I had going on for me. Anybody else, I don't give about none of that. But you don't know how to listen to people, dog. You just listen to yourself. You about to get ready to bull this for the next 14 minutes and 28 seconds. But I'm here for it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see what it is.
Done it in a long time, but I feel like I got something to say. I don't always want to wait for the podcast. I don't always want Lush breathing down my neck, getting in the way of my topics. Shout out to Lush. But today, you already know what I'm going to talk about. BRICC, baby, I'm coming for you. So let me explain. I was in Turks and Caicos for approximately 1 week, and it came down the pipe while I was out there, pause, that BRICC, baby had some choice words for the 22 stir, and today we're going to be reacting to those words. When BRICC Baby came on the platform 2 years ago, pretty quickly the feds ran up in his crib and raided him. He needed money to get out. Now it's been discussed at length that I fronted him an amount of money, $5,000, so that he could get out the same day that he was picked up. I know WAC 100 and a few other people have been spreading information saying that this was cap. I don't know, honestly. The other day in the Reddit, somebody posted information saying that he really did have a bail. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I gave him the money, had to get him back out on the streets. I knew that he had potential. I knew that I could take him from being a marginal figure in the LA podcast.
How long ago was this? We talking about where he's at right now. I hate when, like, bro, you cannot sit there and hold somebody accountable to where they're at now versus when you feel like, oh, well, I shot him something before, you know, and whether it was true or not, whether he was in jail or not, I still shot the bread, and that should fall in some type of notoriety. Nah, man. Come on, dog. This proves to me already this is not where you're supposed to be, bro. Just be cool with this. You better off just doing that. Just being cool with people, bro.
Never asked him for the money back. Never asked for it. You feel me? Now, to his credit, for like 2 years after that, he did not ask me for any additional funds. So, from my perspective, you know, I was just like, okay, whatever. This is part of doing business. I gave him the 5K. I'm not going to bring it up again. And
so it was 2 years. And I don't even like to pinpoint this because the only reason I'm on this is because you brought my name up, dog. And you was really saying some little weird shit, acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. I talked to his baby mama only a couple times. She let me know, homie, and she's letting me know that they weren't trying to really release the last little piece of his salary. I mean, just do that. Nobody's saying you gotta go and pay 20, 30,000 for a lawyer or any of that shit. That's not even where we're at, bro. But just get a nigga, hey, it's gonna go to his family, bro. He had other obligations before he went into jail. And last time I checked, he was on your shit, fuck with you the entire time. At least get a nigga the rest of his salary, bro. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying, gang.
Over the course of those 2 years, my prediction did come true. BRICC Baby basically soared to new heights, became one of the most talked about people in the community. And as far as our relationship,
hey, the only reason that you even knew that type of shit was because BRICC Baby knows a lot of rappers. He knows a lot of people. When it comes to Atlanta and just him being plugged in, you knew what you had. BRICC actually knew other people across country. You know what I'm saying? He was networked with music. He was niched in. with certain things. So he was able to make certain phone calls and be like, hey man, what's going on with this? Adam liked that shit. You did, bro. Keep that shit in the bag. It's cool. But bro, let's be honest. Like, and I don't like to, this ain't no knock to other niggas, but you already had somebody ready to take his place. You had somebody ready to take his place, homie. That shit kind of backfired on you. See, BRICC smart. BRICC know how to stat it. He know how to just maneuver, get his dough, and just be chilling. You tried to go get, I don't know what the fuck you tried to do, homie. I don't even get it. You had to do it. Listen, homie, you learned that shit when it came to Crip Mac. You know I'm telling the truth, dog. You know it. You learned that shit with Crip Mac. Okay, well, his thing can't stay out of jail. I got to get somebody who can kind of, suffice the situation of what I got going on with the person I had there in the position before. Bruh, you like characters. You've said it. You're going to build new characters all the time. So you always got a game plan just in case that character even if you didn't fall out with him. Hell, you tried to replace me, backfired on you miserably. Miserably, bro. But I get it. You ain't have to pay that nigga like you had to pay me. He telling himself every time.
Out of town doing whatever, never fronted on him in terms of the money. Now we've got Sharp, who, Sharp has never done anything besides traffic women and be ugly, and he's out here trying to cast judgment on me. So let's play the Sharp clip.
Pretty much, if he is to get out, or, you know what I'm saying, even hits the streets, they don't want him on that podcast at all. They want him to resign from it, like, be done with it. The feds do not want him on No Jumper no longer. I'm telling you facts. This isn't what I think. No, it's what I know.
So if this is true, this is the first and only source that I've heard from that has specified this in any way. Do I have concerns about BRICC Baby returning to the platform? Yes, obviously. That would be kind of interesting, and I would wonder about the level of heat that it would draw to the building. Obviously, things like the gun that they saw in his waistline that I didn't see and that I don't think the comments saw, but that was pointed out in his bail hearing that he had a strap on him. That kind of thing is the kind of thing that I would want to really be on point with. But the idea that the feds or the cops have told BRICC that he's no longer allowed to be on No Jumper, this is a Sharp narrative as of this point. Like, I have absolutely no idea if this is a real thing or not.
You say this is a Sharp narrative. You gotta talk to this baby mama, bro. I'm not over here telling no drag or no type of bull, nothing. These were stipulations that were set. She's telling me. I'm not talking to BRICC. I'm talking to his baby mama, homie. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with him. I don't need to be on nobody's phone, no type of extra, nothing. Hey, it's all been reciprocated. Like, it is what it is, dog. Me and you, we're not alike. You're tripping. It's a Sharp narrative. I mean, if you really talk to his baby mama, you know this is for real. It's a Sharp narrative. No, my this is what his baby mama told me. She said a part of his stipulations, if this does get out, he's not allowed to go on No Jumper. And why would he? Because all they're going to want to do is talk about the case, and he's not going to be allowed to talk about that being under, circumstances that are not everybody's problem.
To a lot of you dummies, because it went to prove because everybody was screaming, oh, they're going to be out on Wednesday. No, they're not. I knew it when it came to the bail hearing.
I knew.
Play like that. They're just giving him that. Now you got to appeal it. And then, to hear, when he was calling, Adam, he ain't answering, or whatever the case may be. He's calling people, and they not picking up. Now they're avoiding him. Why is that? Boy, why ain't you answering BRICC calls?
Another cap.
Okay, well, it really wasn't BRICC calling, it was his baby mama. And when his baby mama was hitting him up or sending texts and, just trying to get the last little residuals that he had sitting around, they went ghost on her. She telling me like, hey, Sharp, I was just trying to, get the last little bit for him because, that's how they survived, man. BRICC was the breadwinner.
So, to me, I'm going to be real with you, I just feel like this is some hoe-ass shit. No offense, BRICC, I don't really want to use the hoe word when it comes to you or anything, but how are you going to be out here communicating like this to Sharp and not having the nuts to say it to me? And then it did.
He didn't communicate it to me. Like I said, I talked to his baby mama. I just felt like, and when I spoke up on it, it was never in no type of fucked up malicious way. I just said, hey, at least get a nigga the last little piece of his salary. He got a family to feed, dog. You don't really be thinking about his families, homie, or what they got going on. You just use us. You really do, dog. You really just use us. You don't think about we got sons, daughters, uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, sisters. You don't give a fuck, niggas. Don't nobody move past what you got going on. You ain't one time mentioned this man's daughter. You don't know what the fuck he had going on, homie.
The time that he was on the podcast. So this is ridiculous. This is just totally fake. Sharp, again, basically a bum at this point. He's on the verge of homelessness. He's going to go back to Vegas and continue his trafficking career at the truck stops in Vegas. And apparently he's just trying to get one little tiny moment of clout by calling me out. His YouTube channel is in the dirt. And so he's out here spreading misinformation about me. Sharp, use a hoe. Use a hoe commenting on real business because you've never ran a business. You're doing live streams for 200 people for 6 hours every night. I know this video is not about Sharp, but it's just so hard for me to hold my tongue when it comes to describing what a hoe-ass Sharp is.
Damn. How's it fuck me? That's crazy. Gang. How's it fuck me? Why? Because I called it for what it was? It's me. Damn, I ain't even going that deep in on you. I just called it for what it was. I talked to the man's baby mama. She like, man, Sharp, I ain't got to, when I did reach out about some money or about, looking out for him, they ghosted her. It's facts. And I overheard him say something in the shit saying, well, Sharp, you ain't did nothing. Hey, man, listen, homie. I made sure I looked out. I sent some bread, my nigga. Straight up. However it went, however it go, I still sent some bread. I ain't sent no life-changing money, but I at least sent more than what you did. You over here talking about some IOUs. You like to use a nigga. That's like me, chat, right? And let's say you owe me some money, and when you go to jail, and we supposed to be tied in, you go to jail, and I say, hey, well, this is why I'm not gonna put no money on your because you really owe me in the end. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. He's a bullshitter. He's drag. Boy.
While you're locked up, that's just not, that's an abuse of the relationship that you think that we have. It's like, there's probably a lot of people in your life that could help you out with money. And I have nothing against giving the guy some money for commissary, helping his girl out with whatever. But it's just at a certain point, you've already worked up a significant debt with me. It takes a lot of nerve to make YouTube videos basically throwing shade at me when realistically, I'm probably the person who showed you the most love in recent memory. Now, that being said, BRICC, he's locked up. He's detoxing off perks, I'm assuming. So he's probably not in the best mental state. I'm not turning my back on him by any means. I'm just calling out some behavior that I personally don't really agree with.
Why is your video labeled turning my back on BRICC baby? This video is labeled turning my back on BRICC baby, but says he's not turning his back on him. Chat, y'all gotta make it make sense. This video is called turning my back on BRICC baby. Boy. Like, I don't get, like, and y'all love this shit. This is so fake. You couldn't even manage that $4 million building, dog. You couldn't even keep it by yourself. Real shit. If you believed in it so much, you would have kept the building. You don't got nobody there no more. You ain't about to start coming out your pocket. You're a greedy bastard. You're a greedy ass bitch. You suck like that. You can't even talk about me. Same day you talked about me, they delivering me plaques. You're trash.